Hi everyone and welcome to another Ready to Rider Pilates the horse riding session, where today we are going to be doing a fairly short session, all based in standing and all focused on improving the function and strength of your glutes. These are your powerhouse muscles. They're so important for stability around your seat, around your pelvis, and the ability to apply subtle and efficient leg aids. So let's get going without further ado, and I'd like you to just check your posture before you start. Check you've got equal weight through both of your feet. You've got that nice elastic spine drawing you up tall from the base of your spine right up through to the top of your neck. Watching that there's no tension through your body. Take your pelvic floor lift up onto floor 3. Make sure you can keep breathing, and we're going to get going with your walking. So thinking about those diagonal pairs of arms and legs, making sure that your breathing stays nice and regular through the whole of the movement. Think about your rib position, so watching that as your arms go up, you don't find that your ribs are following through. You want to make sure that your ribs are still anchored gently down towards your pelvis. That'll help with that stability through the mid part of your body. Particularly useful if you've got a big moving horse during sitting, trot and canter. Okay, now we're going to change this into the wide position. So bring your arms down, take your feet out wide, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Diagonal pairs of arms and legs. This time you just need to watch that you don't turn into a bit of a windmill. So try to keep your body nice and still. It's just your arms that are on the move, but once again, think about where your ribs are. Make sure they're not sliding upwards and following your arms. Keep them gently sinking downwards towards your pelvis. Check that your pelvic floor is onto floor 3 as well, and your breathing is nice and regular. Okay, lovely. We're going to bring your arms back down again, but keep your legs out into the wide position. We're going to do some squats. Before you start, check your shoulders are over your headlights, and you're going to go down into some squats. Go as deep as you can go comfortably. Make sure that your knees approximately head out over your second and third toes. Check that your pelvic floor is onto floor 3. And then see if you can add in a bottom squeeze at the same time. So what you're going to do is go down into your squat, keeping your pelvic floor onto floor 3. Then squeeze your bottom muscles as you come back up. So it's pelvic floor all the way through, bottom squeeze on the way back up, pelvic floor all the way through, bottom squeeze on the way back up. Still with your shoulders over your headlights, knees out approximately over your second and third toes. Let's make it a wee bit harder if you want to. If you don't want to, absolutely fine to keep your feet flat. See if you can do it on your toes. So pelvic floor all the way through, bottom squeeze on the way back up. Pelvic floor all the way through, bottom squeeze on the way back up. Keeping shoulders over your headlights, knees over your second and third toes. It's not an easy one to do, so we're not going to do too many. Keep the pelvic floor all the way through, bottom squeeze on the way back up. And do one more of those. Good job. Okay, bring your feet a little bit closer together. We're going to move on to your curtsy exercise. We'll keep it small to start off with, gradually make it bigger and more complicated. I find this one easiest with your hands onto your headlights. So you're just going to step to the side and do a little mini bob curtsy. Keeping your shoulders once again over your headlights. Think about when you're in the saddle, you always want your shoulders, unless you specifically want them to move, shoulders stay lined up with your pelvis, not tipping to one side, not twisting. Okay, so keeping shoulders over your pelvis, pelvis to the front, pelvic floor onto floor 3. You're going to start making the move a little bit bigger, so you're going to step further to the side, step further across, further to the side, further across. So the whole movement becomes bigger. You still want to keep your shoulders level and lined up with your pelvis, where your headlights are to the front. And it's going to get a little bit challenging because the temptation will be to start to twist through your body to get that movement. A little twist is okay, but really as much as you can, try to aim to have your headlights to the front. Now we're going to change it up and we're going to go slightly more behind with your curtsy. It's almost becoming a bit of a rear lunge. Same principles apply. Shoulders stay to the front, headlights stay to the front, and that movement is coming from your hips, not through the movement of your pelvis. Okay, then we're going to combine going back with going to the side. So you're going to step across and behind. So this movement now becomes So big that you have no choice but for your pelvis to move a little bit. But what we're looking for here is controlled movement. So it goes a little bit to allow you to create that movement, but you are in control so that you don't allow your body to twist completely. A couple more of this one. Good job. Lovely little walk on the spot. Loosen off, relax everything down. Okay, we're now going to move on to your climb exercise. So onto one leg. Again, I think hands onto your headlights is probably the easiest place, keeps them out of the way. Also, you've got the opportunity for a bit of feedback about what's happening through your pelvis. Once again, pelvic floor onto floor 3, and then we're going to be taking your knee out and to the front, keeping your headlights to the front the whole way through. Try to keep relaxed through your neck and shoulders as well. We don't want tension creeping in. If you are somebody who does get tense when you're riding, when you are doing this sort of exercise session, it's a good opportunity to practice actively not being tense. We're going to add in some leg extensions, still keeping headlights straight ahead. Pelvic floors onto floor 3, nice regular breathing, relax neck and shoulders. We're now nicely working your glutes on both of your legs. The leg you're standing on, the glutes are holding you up, the leg you're moving, glutes are making the leg move. Okay, pop that one foot down and onto the other side. Same thing again before you start. Shoulders over headlights, everything to the front. Pelvic floor onto floor 3. Nice regular breathing. We'll start off with the straightforward ones first of all. So just getting that nice turn out purely from the hips. If anyone ever did ballet as a child, you would have been told to turn out from the hips. Okay, and then we'll have a go about doing some of the extensions too. Still keeping shoulders level, headlights to the front. This is a great exercise for that ability to apply a nice, controlled, subtle leg aid with one leg whilst keeping the rest of your body absolutely still, so you don't confuse the horse by your leg doing one thing and your weight doing something else. Okay, last one. Good job. Okay, feet down, another little walk on the spot because your glutes have worked really hard doing that, and you never want to just suddenly stop. You want to keep the blood flowing while everything just settles down and get back to normal. Okay, we're going to move on to doing some foot arcs. Another one where it's useful to have your hands here just for that bit of feedback. But if you're doing this and you can see yourself in a mirror at all, always really, really helpful because then you've got that direct feedback. Really useful to see. Okay, so we're going to start off with one foot out in front. Again, before you start, check shoulders over headlights, pelvic floor onto floor 3. Again, turn out from the hip. So you can see if I don't turn out, the top of my foot is facing upwards. If I turn out, the top of my foot is out to the side. That is where the foot is going to stay all the way around and all the way back, keeping your headlights facing the front and level. Now this is not an easy exercise, and apologies if the sun coming out has slightly distorted the view at all. So again, we're working both sets of glutes. Once again, it's the leg you're standing on is holding you up, and the leg you're moving, your glutes are helping you to keep that turnout position as you move the leg. Okay, finish with that leg, and we're going to do the same thing with the other one. So same setup, shoulders over headlights, pelvic floor onto floor 3, turn out from the hip, and off you go. And it's very easy to find that you're just letting the toes turn in, so keep that foot turned out all the way up from the hip, but keep your headlights as still as you can. You really want that independent movement from your hips, keeping the pelvis, bodge that one, keeping your pelvis as still as you can. And that's one of the ways you're going to get a nice independent seat. Again, watch you're not getting tense around your neck and shoulders. Last one. Okay, now I'm going to walk on the spot, and we're going to do your last tricky one, and then we'll finish off with something nice and easy to cool you down a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go into a little bit of a squat position. If you want to pop your hands sort of as if you were holding the reins, maybe almost in a sort of 3-point or light seat, depending on what you call it, just somewhere where you can perhaps see your hands and make sure they're staying still. And then we're going to do some foot taps to the side. Okay, you may find that your feet come a little bit closer in as you're doing it. That's absolutely fine, but again, what you're looking for is keeping shoulders still, headlights still, hands still, so that you can be working on your legs. So so that you know that when you're on the horse, your legs can be doing whatever you need them to do, and your body is going to stay still. Try to keep your hands light and soft, so you're not fixed and rigid, holding yourself there. Hands light and soft. One more with each leg. Good job, super. Come back up again, another little walk on the spot. Really think about letting everything loosen off. And this is going to be quite a challenge, although it's an easy exercise. Your heart rate probably go up a little bit now. I'd like you to stand on one leg and see if you can keep your balance. Think about those biathletes you see at the Winter Olympics where they're cross-country skiing and then they have to stay really still in order to do their shooting part of the biathlon. Incredible control they have, and that's what you want now. Heart rate's up, still need to be nice and controlled. See if you can do a few with your eyes closed, or a few seconds with your eyes closed. Focus on what you feel coming up through your foot, but keep relaxed through your neck and shoulders. Okay, and then we'll open your eyes, swap onto the other leg. And again, just really feel what's coming up through your foot. The more you're aware of the sensation you get through your foot, the better your body is going to be able to balance and respond to those sensations, those messages. And then again, close your eyes for a few. Make sure you're relaxed through your neck and shoulders. Good job. Okay, both feet on the floor. Another little walk on the spot. And then we are going to finish there. So I'd like you to have both feet nice and still underneath your hips. Try and have equal weight through both feet. Check that your spine is still drawing you up nice and tall but elastic, but nice and relaxed down through your arms as well. So I'm going to call it a day there. That was short and sweet, but quite often that's what you need from your glutes. If you're going cross country, 5 minutes, they need to work hard for that amount of time. So this is a perfect sort of session if that's what you're aiming for. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Any comments, please pop them down below. It's just lovely to have feedback. And in the meantime, take care and I'll see you at the next session. Bye bye.